Shamary, who represents Kurdistan's regional government in Washington, D.C. Good to have you with us. The U.S. has been playing down the importance of Ramadi, but if ISIL are successful in completely controlling Ramadi, how damaging is that going to be for the government in Baghdad?
Well, certainly, I mean, the U.S. has been extremely helpful in airstrikes, and this is where we've been able to somewhat degrade ISIL. Unfortunately, if ISIL takes over, or ISIS takes over Ramadi, which in turn would mean they have control over Anbar, then they can use that as a staging ground to attack Baghdad, much like what they have been doing to us in Mosul. Mosul today is ISIS's headquarters in Iraq, where they are able to recruit and retreat and stage attacks on the Kurdish Peshmerga forces. Luckily, the Kurdish Peshmerga forces have pushed back on ISIL despite being ill-equipped. But having Ramadi fall is going to be catastrophic for the next stage, which certainly ISIS's next stage would be Baghdad.
Okay, I will ask you about the Kurdish fighters in just a moment. I want to ask you about this first. Many people in Anbar, including Iraqi MPs that I've been speaking to, are saying the answer is not more Iraqi troops or indeed allowing in the Shia militia, but to arm the tribes themselves, to let the tribes themselves defend their homes. What do you think about that?
I think that's critical. I think that you hit the nail on the head. Sending in popular mobilization unit or Shia militias is going to cause more problems. Iraqi security forces are stretched too thin at the moment, and sometimes they're not able to perform as they should be. The best weapon here is to get more Sunni tribesmen to join this, much like what had been done back in 2007 and 2008 under the leadership and commanding leadership of General Petraeus.
Okay.
We've got to get Sunnis armed. We've got to get them back on the front lines.
And let me ask you, since you represent the Kurdish regional government, the US has been talking about potentially arming Kurdish fighters directly to help in their fight against ISIL. The Peshmerga, as you say, have proved crucial in the fight against ISIL. Baghdad not happy about the idea of Kurdish fighters getting weapons directly, are they?
Well, I think the Peshmerga forces, Kurdish Peshmerga forces, have proven to the world that there's a will, there's a competency, there's professionalism, and they have proven lately in pushing back. We've taken back some 27,000 square kilometers back from ISIL's hands. We're knocking on the doorsteps of Mosul, but going into Mosul and continuing and defending this 1,050-kilometer border while under-equipped or ill-equipped, it's not going to work. And it makes no sense for Peshmerga forces to be running out of bullets and ammunition while there's some bureaucracy being worked out. So as our president was here in Washington last week, he says, look, I need to get those weapons. I don't care how they get there. I need them. I can't allow any delinquency to take place or bureaucracy to take place while the Peshmerga is running out of bullets. We just can't let that happen.
Karwan, thank you very much indeed for joining us. Good to get your thoughts there. Karwan Zebari there, representing the Kurdish regional government.
Thanks for having me.
Now, Syrian activists